Gave us the power, so we He's showing out, that's why we
Yo, we are back. You will find out. No. Yo, we are back. Episode 57 of the Not the Same podcast, hosted by this one word, C-Micah, and that one word over there, Mr. Robert Dean, a.k.a. Robert Davis, a.k.a. Blue Gang. Don't worry about the blue is. Just know it's Duke.
Yeah, it's Duke, baby.
Don't get it twisted. It's Duke. Yeah, man. So we back with another sports show. Lots of sports stuff to get into. Lots of stuff, man. So much good stuff going on, man. But anyway, brother, how you doing, my guy?
Man, I'm feeling real good, man. You know, like I was telling you, I got a chance to get back at the eyelid. Hey, let me ask y'all this, man. I know there's not a lot of people in right now, and I'm still waking up. You can tell the way I'm talking. I'm talking like one of them Southern preachers. Like, what did he just say? You ever took a nap? Right. You ever took a nap and you wake up with an attitude because you slept longer than you were supposed to? That's how I'm feeling right now, man. Like, I'm mad because like just the little stupid stuff. Like I couldn't get the paper off my water because I don't want to get promotions to this company. Heated. I'm on
mad
this mug
at the water.
I'm mad at the water because I couldn't get that little bitty plastic that's so simple to knock off. Yeah, so I'm waking up, brother. What's good with you?
What's good with me, man? I'm back for the sports show. I don't know what all this brother talk about, but I can relate. When you sleep too long and somebody wake you up, or you just get up early than you plan, you do get angry and upset. Very angry and upset, but it's all good. If you are watching us exclusively tonight on YouTube, also on Twitter, also on Facebook, and you watching us right now, do us a favor and hit this like on the screen, that like button, and while you like it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and then after you subscribe, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you'll know when we are live right here on the Not the Same podcast on any of these 3 streaming platforms. Unless it's on Thursday, then it's only on one. It's only on one, brother, because we ain't finna fight these folks just to play and support CHH music. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. You can put anything on social media. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But the moment you try to support CHH, they want to black you out, and then they want to do it. But look, shout out to, and I'm still slurring, shout out to all our rebroadcasters out this bug, the Takeover.
Yeah.
His Hop Podcast Network, D was popping, 520 Collective Radio, Parable Radio, RYC Praise News,
yes, sir.
Praise 365 Radio with our homeboy Scooter. So
yes, sir.
Thank y'all for all the rebroadcasters out there. And if you would like to rebroadcast and Not the Same podcast, hit our inbox and we might be able to make something pop.
We might. All right, man, let's get into what's popping. Somebody tell me what's popping.
Man, only
if y'all can hear what we say, if y'all can hear what we say in the
Let's get it, bro. Let's get it.
What is popping? Number one, Luka makes history. Mr. Davis, how did he make history? Boy, did he.
Bruh, let me tell you something. Luka became the first player to ever score 60 points, get 20 rebounds, 10 assists. He also had 2 steals and 1 block, which is little. But let me tell you, man, Luka only shot 31 times and only hit 2 threes. So all of his points was free throws or to the rack. Like, my man was balling last night, and he joined Wilt Chamberlain and Elgin Baylor as the only players to ever have a 50-point triple-double. But he's the first to have a 60-point triple-double the way that he did last night. And let me tell y'all something. He left a couple of them buckets. He left them at the free throw line. He missed like 6 free throws. He was 21 for 31, if I'm not mistaken. So, 21 for 31. Just imagine, man. He could have had like a 70-piece. That boy had a family meal out there on them boys last night.
70-piece like I believe David Robinson had one time, or 80-piece like I know Kobe Bean Bryant had 81. Or do 100 like Wilt Chamberlain, supposedly. We don't know. There was no TV cameras. We don't know. That could have been a circus-type act where let them score. They're getting the record books. We don't know what happened back then. But Luka is a bad man. He is the most elite of the young guys. Look, I root for a young guy that's so-called elite. He ain't Luka. None of these dudes is Luka. Luka is different. Luka needs help, though. But think about it. Luka passed or assisted on almost every basket of that team. Now, on the other side of this, they were playing the New York Knickerbockers. I didn't say the one word, but they was playing New York, right? New York had, I believe, a 9-point lead.
Lead, bro.
With 33 seconds to go in the game and lost. How much
Yeah.
of a loser? I'm sorry, Venora, if you
Venora.
watching this, I'm sorry, sis, in advance. How much of a loser organization do you have to be that you have a 9-point lead with 33 seconds and lose the game? How do
Yeah,
you
man.
do that?
Yeah,
Tom
man. That.
Thibodeau, what's wrong with
Yeah.
you, bro? What's
Yeah.
wrong?
Yeah.
Craziness.
Tibbs and kind of softened up a little bit over the years, but it was you know what we fail to realize is this: New York is still young, even though they
Yeah,
look like a bunch of old one words, especially
yeah.
Randall. That one word only like mid-20s. He looked like he 40.
You look 40, one word.
What up,
what,
Hagen? What up,
what up,
bro?
Vegas? Yeah, man. All right, next subject. Van. I know Van ain't on here right now. He's probably happy about this. Nathaniel Hackett was fired. That was the head coach of the Denver Broncos. That's the only one I slipped in, brother. He was the only one. He was fired on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Black Monday for him, but it wasn't even after the season. He's one of the few coaches to ever be fired right in the middle of the season when he just became off of basically hired. You know, he was the specialty hire, and they have been pure D trash.
They have been.
I don't think it's all his fault. Some of it is the fact that Russell Wilson has been garbage. He has regressed greatly, but some of it is some bad play calling, some bad offense, some bad not making the offense conducive to your $250 million quarterback. Some of that is that too, because you come in and you the new head coach. You're like, man, I got these great ideas and great things, and you recognize you don't have a quarterback that's built for that.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is great on play option and with a team that got a great running back, a.k.a. beast mode, a.k.a. players like that. Good defense, great running back, and then when he can throw that option and he a.k.a. run a little bit too, then he's decent. But you trying to put him in the pocket? No.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah.
Go ahead,
I'm with you. I think they should have fired him. And for all you Denver fans, like you say, I know V not on here. I got a partner named Kerry who a Denver fan. For all these Denver fans, before y'all give up on Russ, let him get a coach that understands. Let me cater to what I need to cater to. What happened?
D say Russell Wilson is trash.
Before y'all get up on Russ, put him in a system that's gonna work for him. Whenever you have an elite, Pro Bowl quarterback.
Okay.
And you're a coach, and you're a new coach, or whatever coach was, you're gonna have to curb your playbook. Unless you're a Belichick or somebody like that, you don't change. You don't keep your system when you bring a quarterback like that in.
Right.
Find out what makes it work, and then you start, catering to your quarterback so that you can win. If you don't think that works, ask Tampa Bay.
This is facts. I just think some of it is on Russ. Russ has regressed once again.
Yeah.
But I think the coach can make it better for him. And you have to adjust whatever you want to do for this player. You know what I mean? With your he's got as many touchdowns, he got bathrooms in this season. Now, this is the part that Crispy brought up. What up, Crispy? This is a good point. He has had some special catering. He has some royal family level special catering. He got his own office at the arena. He halfway don't want to hang out with the other players. And he was starting some of that stuff back when he was in Seattle. That's why the defense, Richard Sherman back then, didn't really fool with old boy like that. Right? And, dog, you married to Sierra. Hey, salute. You got Sierra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You wifed her down. Salute to you, brother. You still got to be a good quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You still got a job to do. Don't get Hollywood.
You gotta be able to work with other players, man. He's like the kids when they do the assessment of little kids in kindergarten. Doesn't play well with others. That's him.
Yeah. And Hagen's got a good point, and then we'll move on.
Great point.
You're right, because Gino looking real good. Gino's looking good.
Yeah, Hagen said Wilson struggling to make Pete Carroll look like a genius, especially with what he's doing with Gino. And Gino is a Pro Bowl player this year. Russell Wilson is not. That's all we have to say about that. Next subject in the NFL, J.J. Watt to retire?
Yeah, man. At the end, let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't know about J.J. Watt, look, J.J. Watt was a beast in Houston. He had 2 seasons where he had like 20 and a half sacks. The last 2 seasons hasn't been so great for him out in Arizona. I think last season he only played in 7 games. He had 1 sack. Let me pull this up real quick. This season he has 14 games with 9.5 sacks. And he's ready to call it quits. But he is definitely a first-time ballot Hall of Famer. He was 5th in NFL history in sacks per game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trailing the likes of Reggie White, DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? He's just the 4th player in NFL history to record at least 100 career sacks in his first 120 games. Again, Bruce Smith, DeMarcus Ware, Reggie White. If you are an NFL fan, then you know when I say stuff like Reggie White, Bruce Smith, DeMarcus Ware, that's big. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
man.
those were linemen, and J.J. Watt came through, and he was different, man. He was different. You know what I'm saying? Even in the community, he was different. When they had
especially
the
in
floods,
Houston.
when they had the floods and when Katrina came through, and Houston had some other issues, Watt was right there. I mean, I think there was one scene where, and this wasn't for, my man got on his own boat and started going to rescue people. You dig what I'm saying? And the cameras just so happened to catch it when they found out when he went out the second or third time. But yeah, salute to Watt, man. He'll be greatly missed, but Arizona wasn't doing nothing with him.
Big salute for a successful career, man, especially in Houston. I think he probably stayed in Houston a little bit too long just because he's loyal. He kind of did the Damian Lillard type thing. You know what I'm saying? Just being loyal to a fault, or kind of like KG back in the day when he stayed with the Timberwolves too long.
Too long.
You know what I'm saying? But J.J. Watt is very, very good. Crispy say J.J. Watt is the only reason the Texans were relevant outside of Deshaun trying to live life like a porn video, consensual or not.
Yeah, or not. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And now, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? I hate to see the Texans where they're at right now because Lovie Smith, we only got 3 black head coaches in the NFL, and my man has won 1 game. So,
what's up, Mr. G?
Might go down to 2.
Next subject, man and women college basketball top 10. Let's go, sir.
Let's get it. On the men's side, Purdue's number 1, still UConn number 2, Houston number 3, Kansas number 4, 5 is Arizona, number 6 is Texas, Tennessee 7, Alabama number 8, Arkansas is number 9, and Gonzaga rounds it out with number 10. That's on the men's side. On the women's side, South Carolina, man, y'all might as well just give them the trophy. I know y'all people don't like to hear that, but the way they playing, Don Staley got them girls playing like real talk. So number 1 is South Carolina. Number 2, Stanford, Ohio State, Indiana, Notre Dame, North Carolina State, Virginia Tech, UConn, LSU, and UCLA. So those are your top 10 for both men and women in college basketball. And if you're not paying attention to college basketball on the men's side, even though Duke not doing that well, every single night somebody that's ranked falls. Like,
you know, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, you good.
What's interesting about women's college basketball, and we'll move on, is that for years, UConn dominated, and all of a sudden, somebody got into a good school and became head coach, a.k.a. Don Staley, and now you don't hear about UConn as much no more. That sounds like you had them like at number 8, number 9 down there. They was always number 1. They was having undefeated seasons back-to-back. They was getting all the talent, and then somebody else with swag stepped into the building, and now brother got to really coach. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he ain't like the old school Lakers just running the whole league. It ain't like that no more. Brother got to work for real.
And Tennessee not even up there, and they used to be up there too. So it's something to think about, man.
All right, second ballot NFL Hall of Fame. The second NFL Hall of Famer to take a head coaching job in the HBCU, Ed Reed. Ed Reed is the second one. What's up? Where did he go? I believe he's at, before you give the stats, I believe he's at Bethune-Cookman.
That's it. Right. That's it. Ain't really no stats. This is what I'll say, HBCU. There's plenty of HBCU coaches who played in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? This is the second Hall of Famer. So I don't want y'all to think that we're saying this is the second NFL player to do it. No, not the case. This is the second Hall of Famer. This is what I will ask. Folks, Ed Reed was a defense beast for Baltimore. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Him and Ray Lewis, you did not want to go up against that defense, and that's why they was able to win the Super Bowl, I think, in 2013 with having a sorry quarterback, but they defense ran the show. You dig what I'm saying? Please celebrate this man. Y'all celebrate. You know, celebrate this man. If he starts having success, celebrate this man. You dig what I'm saying? Because here's one NFL Hall of Famer going out that nobody really wanted. Prime time is prime time. We knew he was flashy beforehand. You dig what I'm saying? Now Ed Reed is in there. Celebrate this man and rally around him. Let's not be crabs in a bucket.
Yeah, Ed Reed with the more blue collar attitude, more blue collar player. He was defensive. He wasn't super flashy. He just was put a he was a head on the head, as they say, as football player. He was gangster out here. You know what I mean?
If you look at his pick, go Google Ed Reed, and you go He's a one word to the day that he is.
Ed Reed is like the red man of football. if you old hip hop fan, you recognize Red Man. Red Man was rich and still stayed in the projects on purpose.
On purpose.
Never shaved, not one time, I believe, his whole rap career.
hey, bro, that's perfect. Hey, look up Ed Reed and then look up Red
Look
Man.
up Red Man.
MTV Cribs when he did his, and you'll understand what we saying.
That man did MTV Cribs. House was dirty and everything.
Dirty.
Dudes sleeping on the floor. Random dude. Just 100% hood. 100% hood.
Look it up.
All right, man, let's get to the soapbox segment.
Soapbox.
All right, this is our soapbox segment where me and Rob have 1 minute to go off on whatever we want to go off upon. And when it's over, you hear this buzzer that sounds a little bit like this right here. And we go in. Rob normally go in on sports topics. Other times, I'll go in on whatever. We'll see what's going to happen today. My brother, is you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Let's get it.
Hey, you know what? We are so quick in this age to jump on bandwagons. You dig what I'm saying? We want to be a part of what's what. You know, we want the shirt, free whoever, bring Brittany home, do this, do that, and then as soon as these one words get back to the crib, there's nothing. Let me tell y'all an example of how quick we are to jump on a bandwagon just to want to be a part of something, folks. On December, I believe 21st. UBC in Waco, Texas, just outside of Baylor University, where Brittany Griner went to college. She's an alumni. They had a homecoming for Brittany Griner. ESPN was there. A few other outlets was there. Let me tell you who wasn't in attendance. All these one words were free Brittany Griner, bring her home. 20 people showed up for this woman's homecoming party, folks. 20. I had more than 20 people, and let me tell y'all something. This is I had more than 20. C had more than 20 people at our release concert, and we're not national nothing. You dig what I'm saying?
No.
For this to happen, with all the stuff that's going on, and I'm not gonna get into the politics of what's going about why she had to come home, the other guy didn't come. I'm not getting into that. What I am getting into is sports world. Y'all sit up here and threw Brittany in our face every single day. I believe me and C may have even taken some criticism when we said, listen, folks, be careful what you post. Because a lot of people didn't fool with Brittany. So much so, Tarasi and Skylar Diggins didn't say not one word the whole time that woman was over there because of her attitude. And everybody was happy to get her home and she's safe. Political plays. What I am saying is 20 people showing up for a homecoming and you've been detained in a Russian prison for almost a year pretty much says it all, man. It was embarrassing. It's a joke. And I want to know where all the people were at. You dig what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's bad for business, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Crispy with the jokes. They were at a WNBA game. No, they wasn't.
It shows a lot, bro. That's whack.
That's whack. All right, for my soapbox tonight, as normal, I got something a little bit more light. No, not light, but comical. So, if you, and this goes for all races, because a lot of races, depending on what type of haircut you get or type of hair you get done, you may have experienced what you call urban, a.k.a. black barbershop, or a.k.a. white barbershop, right? And there's a big difference between the black barbershop and the white barbershop. The white barbershop is probably good. The people don't really talk to you. There's an appointment. It's pretty much on time. You start on time and you leave on time and you get pretty much what you want. They got a little chart to know what you do and all that. It's very, very professional, and it's more like a spa day when you go to the white barbershop. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't making this a race thing, but it's a difference because I'm black and I'm going to talk about the black folks. But to the black barbershop or to the black beauty shop, I'm going to give the example of my wife's beauty shop. My wife has a beauty shop. My wife went to a Caucasian or white beauty shop for like a whole year. And you know why she went to the white or Caucasian beauty shop? Only one reason. Because she could set an appointment today and get in tomorrow. And that's why she liked it. She can set an appointment at 8 o'clock, and there's somebody that'll do it at 8 o'clock. Nobody was ever late. Nobody ever messed up. They did exactly what she wanted. And if they ain't had the products that she liked, she can bring the products and tell them what to do, and they'll do it to her hair, and she go home, she's straight. But at the black barbershop, beauty shop or barbershop, that she started going to, her hair was whipped now. The hair was beat. It was very, very nice. But, bruh, how about she had a beauty shop appointment last night, brother? 6:30. She gets there. She calls the beautician. Oh, girl, I forgot you. I even had you. See, that only happens at the black beauty shop or at the black barber shop. You in the chair and your old boy get on the phone and all that. You look up, it's been 30 minutes, your head ain't been touched. And then he goes on lunch. So you got a half-cut head. You can't even leave. That type stuff. Woosah.
Yeah, bro.
Woosah.
All I'm gonna say is bro.
Yeah, let me buzz myself, but y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
Or you get
Let's
that
get
text.
into it.
Hey, can we do 10:30?
Bruh. Help our people. Barbershop, beauty shop, help them, Jesus. Help them. All right, this is our debate fuel segment with me and Rob. Go back and forth on particular football or sports subjects, and we go with a time that look like this, and when it's over, you hear a buzzer that sounds like this. First subject is what we're getting into. It's what we've been getting into all the football season. Is NFL Week 16 impressed or depressed? NFL Week 16 impressed and depressed. We're going to start with the AFC. Let's go, bro. You ready?
Yes. AFC impressed. The LA Chargers, who clinched the wild. Listen, they clinched the wild card spot last week. You dig what I'm saying? And coming into the season, it was high hopes for the Chargers. And they've won their last 3 games with the Rams and Broncos to finish out their season. They're already in the wild card. You dig what I'm saying? They got that spot, and they only got 2 games left. So shout out to the Chargers because great quarterback. They're starting to get their stride at the right time of the season. Yeah,
they always been known as like a very good team. They ain't won nothing. So salute to them for actually getting into the playoffs, because every year that's all you hear is about, man, the Chargers going to be good. You know, they talk about their quarterback. I can't remember his name right now. But they talk, man, he's so awesome. Got the big, strong arm and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's cute. Win something. Get in the playoffs, my guy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, big salute to them on that. My AFC impressed is the Kansas City Chiefs. They still winning. They one of the best teams in the AFC, probably the best team in the AFC, actually. And they still winning. And they winning so much it just got boring. Because we don't even think about it no more. We start looking for other stuff. Because they just like a constant. You know, it's kind of like Golden State Warriors, you know, when they fully healthy and all together. It just get boring. It's like, okay, they just good. Or the Lakers when they was rolling, it's just like, okay, well, yeah, we expect that. What else can we get up out of this? So, yeah, that's my impress. AFC depressed, my brother.
The Miami Dolphins, bro. After going on a 5-game winning streak and having everyone thinking they could – what did he say?
He say Chargers are tired of being the football Clippers. That is a good point.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
that is a very, very good point. Yeah, Herbert is his name, Higgins. That's what it is.
Higgins.
But the Miami Dolphins, after going after being on a 5-game winning streak and having everyone thinking they could compete for the AFC East, you know, with the likes of Buffalo and all them, this is what's happened. They have dropped their last 4 games. They have 2 games left, and they division opponents, the Patriots and the Jets. And I'm letting you know, both the Pats and the Jets still trying to make it in. So Miami look like you're about to go swimming.
And to add insult to injury, Tua is in concussion protocol again. He's like Anthony Davis.
Yeah, they said it wasn't concussions, but they gotta treat it like such after earlier, right?
Right, and he ain't playing though. Whatever protocol, he in some protocol where he ain't gonna play. And come on, brother. Yeah. So my AFC depressed is the Denver Broncos. And here's why the Denver Broncos. Number 1, you so bad you had to fire your coach. Number 2, you got a $250 million quarterback, and y'all somehow still suck. Number 3, and this is the biggest thing, the Rams are not that good this year. They had a great thing by I can't think of the quarterback name, but then they got the quarterback from the Panthers that used to be with the
you saw Mayfield, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Mayfield came in, had this miracle run and won the game, and that was cute. But they not really that good. Everybody hurt and injured. They gave up 51 points to the Rams, and then they fired their coach. Y'all are depressing. I'm sorry, y'all depressing. Not fun
You
to
know
watch
what?
at all.
I'm with you on that. You know what that shows me though?
Yeah,
That they gave 51. That team gave up on the coach.
bingo. That's why he
When
got
your
fired.
when your
You
team
give
give
up
up
that
on you,
much? Yeah.
it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap.
All right,
Yeah.
NFC impress, brother.
Hey, the 49ers keep winning, man.
Mm-hmm.
Eight straight now after beating the Commanders, and again with
Mm-hmm.
a third string quarterback.
Salute to
That's
them.
it.
Yeah, salute to them. Mine, I wanted to pick the 49ers, but I always pick them every week, so I came with the Packers. Hey, Aaron Rodgers has been playing good. They
Yeah.
have a chance to keep going. They have a chance to sneak into the playoffs. Although they kind of start off rough, and he ain't been the same. Aaron. I keep thinking Aaron Donald. It's not Aaron Donald. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, Aaron Rodgers. He just ain't been what he ain't been what he need to be.
Yeah.
But he's probably getting a little old. All right, NFC depress.
NFC depress goes to the Detroit Lions because they're second in the NFC North. And last week they lost against the Panthers, and it put them at 7-8. Now listen, had they won that game, they would have been at 8-7 and in the wild card spot over the Commanders, who lost against the 49ers. Detroit has been inconsistent all season. They could have clinched a wild card spot had they won that game, bro. And they blew it against the Panthers.
They ain't ready.
Yeah,
they ain't ready. What up, Miss Mac? I know she gone because of sports. Hey, I think I'm sorry, Miss Winder. I got the Bears. This ain't the year, But I really like y'all quarterback though. I will say that.
Yeah.
I really do. I do like y'all quarterback. I think he'll be good. Crispy say Aaron trying to get a decent job after the Packers. Yep, that's what it looked like. But I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. But they've been looking good. All right, next subject. NBA impress depress. Let's go, brother. I'll start with this.
We going west to east first.
We can start with the West.
All
right. West impress. I'll go first. I got Denver. They won four straight. They've been rolling. They're very good, and they have gotten Michael Porter Jr. back, and they got the quarterback. They both back, man. Just no, but I like Denver, man. I don't know what this brother doing with this mountain, but yeah, what's brother, on the mountain? What's the mountain of the impress for you, brother? I know they on
Denver.
The mountains. I get it, brother.
Okay, brother. It ain't nothing more. It ain't nothing more to that. The Mavs are my West impress. They're 6-4 in the last 10, and on a 4-game win streak. And after the Luka 60, all that good stuff. Listen, the Mavs are starting to this week impress. Okay. You dig what I'm saying? They on a 4-game winning streak, 6-4 in their last 10 games. Got to give it to them because they don't have a lot in Dallas, but Tim Hardaway Jr. and Wood playing pretty good. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Crispy, I know you keep bringing up Jeremy Lin. He's an Asian American. There are other Asian players in the NBA, right? It's not just Jeremy Lin. There's quite a few, actually. There's one very good for the Brooklyn Nets, and there's one for Washington. Rui Hachimura. Both of these guys are good.
They're pretty good, bro.
Yeah, but you
look them up, Crispy.
You ain't know that. All right. My depress. It's going to be an ongoing thing for this. My depress is my Memphis Grizzlies. I love the Memphis Grizzlies, but I was depressed. It was my very first Christmas game, and they just embarrassed themselves. And they wrote a check. They ran their mouth and wrote a check they butt couldn't cash, and it made me mad. And I'll go into it a little bit more, but yeah, I'm very depressed with my team. But because I'm from Memphis and I love Memphis, I can't say screw them. I just say forget them for a couple of days.
Yeah. I'm going to say this before I say my depress. You are right. Hagen say Luka is better than Larry Bird. I agree with that. Only thing I will say that
I agree too.
I agree with you, but Larry had a squad around him. And he, you know what I'm saying? So is he going to have all these great stats and all these great nights and never get a championship? I want that for him. You know what I mean? Then you just a stat stuffer. My West depress is the Timberwolves. They're 4-6 in the last 10 games. They've lost 3 in a row. And this was Anthony Edwards' chance to show that he isn't who Cat Williams. Right. He isn't who Cat Williams. He isn't what Karl Anthony Towns said he was and been complaining about. Everything they Cat has said has been true. 4-10 the last 10 games. And it's just bad for the Timberwolves right now.
All right. East impressed, brother. I go with Brooklyn. Won 4 straight games. I said it last week. It's still the same. It ain't changed. They're very, very good. Very, very good. Go ahead, bro.
brother. I'm gonna have to correct you because that's my impress. They've won 9 straight games. They're currently third in the
I was just
East.
saying last week, brother, but my bad. Yeah, 9. Get me straight.
9 straight games. Let me
Yes,
get you
sir.
straight. Let me
Yes,
get you
sir.
straight. They're third in the East now, and only a half a game behind the Bucks. Look, I think Brooklyn's about to be what everybody thought they was gonna be, bro. All that drama is over with, and
Yep.
KD is finally starting to act like a leader on the court. That's what
Yep.
they've been needing.
And also, they have a good coach. They have a coach they respect because
They do.
yes, Steve Nash was a Hall of Famer and he played good. Played good in the NBA, but Jacque Vaughn also played in the NBA. He's a role player. A lot of good coaches are role players, not the superstars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And Steve Nash was an MVP, 2-time MVP, I believe. That's not. And, they got it handed to him anyway. We'll talk about that another day. But, yeah, man, because I didn't agree with it neither time. But you can see the difference in them. And I think also Jacque Vaughn holds them accountable. Coaches are just like parents. You be Mr. Nice Guy with your kids, they run over you. You got to lay their hammer down sometimes, and they love you for it. It's biblical, fam.
Yes, right.
It's in the Bible. The East D Press, I got Detroit, the Detroit Pistons. They almost had it a couple of times this week, and they in the running for Wembanyama, the Frenchman, the 7'8", 7'9", whatever, the biblical giant dude that's coming to hoop next year.
But Cunningham got hurt, but I almost did pick Detroit, but I'm gonna tell you who I picked because they got entirely too much talent.
Yeah,
the Charlotte Hornets, bro. They're 2-8 in their last 10, 2 games skid. It's too
Why
much
do they
talent.
always suck? I don't get it. They got so much
talent.
Right.
It's like the Bridges situation is causing the whole team to crumble. You got Hayward out there. You got my man Ball out there. It's just it's entirely too many people together. What's my man that came from Denver, the little short point guard that comes off the bench? They just got too much talent for them to be playing. Maybe it's their coach. You know what I mean? Maybe it's time to start looking at coaching changes, Mr. MJ.
Mr. MJ. Brother said, why you say so angry and sassy, brother? All right, man.
Not sassy, cuz.
Yeah, but angry. All right, if Jeff Saturday gets the coach job full-time, is it fair or not? If Jeff Saturday gets the coach job full-time, is it fair or not? Right now, he is the interim coach. It was kind of controversial because he was literally on First Take one day, and the coach hired him the next day.
Yeah.
And he won that Saturday. But anyway, is it fair or not, brother?
I think it's foul if someone who is more qualified doesn't get the opportunity, a.k.a. a fair shake on getting the job. Jeff Saturday is currently 1-4 as the head coach. He won that first game. Everybody got excited. One word ain't one sense. The Colts were already 3-6 before they even fired Frank Welch. So with that being said, it depends on how they go about doing it. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me no little sympathy Rooney Rule interviews if you know you're gonna give it to Jeff Saturday just so you can check a box.
I think Jeff Saturday, although this is not literal nepotism, it's a kind of nepotism type situation because the owner, Jim Irsay, was like, he loves Jeff Saturday. He almost like a godson to him, and he threw him in there, and it's like, okay, I'm going to play with the team. I throw Jeff in there and see what he can do. And they won the game like Rob said, and everybody got excited. I'm not saying that Jeff Saturday doesn't have a great NFL mind. I think he does. I think he's very good on TV, and I think it's worth a shot. But I do think it steps on the backs of people that actually pay their dues into getting the coaching. Like my man coached high school, was on First Take, and became an NFL coach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, with that being said, it wasn't like he inherited a great team and made them suck. They already sucked. You know what I mean? So on one end, you can look at it like this. You can look at it like, okay, maybe we should give him a chance with real players. You know what I'm saying? And see what happens. But I can never get past it. The way he got in was kind of an undercut to not just black coaches, all coaches that had more experience and should have been be it. You know what I'm saying? Let him coach online. I think that's what he means.
Let him coach the O-line. Yeah.
I'll let him coach the O-line. And you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
No, what I was saying, I mean, they were already 9 games in. So if you come in, you're an interim coach, and you come in 9 games in, you can't put in a new playbook. These folks spent the whole offseason trying to learn a playbook and getting these plays down. So he has to come in as a coach and He has to come in as a coach and try to learn that playbook. You know what I mean? And who's comfortable with what. It is a step on the back. It's almost like, remember when rappers used to come in and take actors' jobs, and actors used to be heated about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
rappers get main roles and it's taken from us. That's how this was, in a sense, was. You had a player who came in. It's like, well, he a player. We're going to go ahead and give him the role because he has ties to the community, ties to the organization. And they gave it to him. But we'll see what happens in the offseason. I mean, is he their guy? Again, we will see. Is he worthy at 1-4? Yeah, I'm just saying, bro.
I don't think he's worthy at 1-4. I mean, now, I gave the other side of it, but in my opinion, no. You know what I'm saying? They had their funsies. You know what I'm saying? For a couple of weeks, you let your homeboy now do a real coaching search and get, ask your general manager, let him actually pick a coach. You know what I'm saying? I hate when, and the owner is Jim Irsay. I hate when owners get involved. What up, Cortez?
What up, bro?
If you are a Cowboy fan, you understand what it's about, what it's like when an owner gets involved. Now, the general manager is the owner's son. So the owner is all the way involved when it goes to the Cowboys, right? But in most cases, there's an owner of the team, and then there is the general manager, and the owner kind of sits back and I'm going to give you a chance. Go get your coach. You know what I'm saying? Go get your people. Go get all these people. Go pick your team, and then I'm going to give you like 2 or 3 years, 4 years, old days, but probably about 3 years now to see what you can do, and then you're going to be evaluated. You might be up out of here, and then a new general manager come in, he fired a coach immediately to get his own coach in. I think let your general manager do something, man. Okay, you had like I say, your little funsies, had your dude in here, now go on and let your general manager get a coach. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to. You got to do something. But don't they have some type of turmoil going on with the Colts also? Yeah. Yeah, it's like, so
they do.
I think
yes, also, Cortez, you missed the Soapbox Segment. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so, I mean, right now the Colts don't know what they're doing and how they're getting ready to do it, from the coaching to the ownership, management, with all of this stuff that's been going on. Yeah. I'll just say this. Off season. Get ready for the draft.
This is true. All right, next subject. In the NBA, speaking of the NBA, does coaching play a part in the NBA, or is it just players or superstars? Does coaching play a part in the NBA, or is it just players or superstars? Let's go, brother.
I'll say this, man. It's a mixture of both, but mainly if you have superstars. This is what I'll say. Popovich had a team with one dominant player, Milwaukee. Yeah. You could try with the David Robinson thing, but that was a 50 seed. They want to put an asterisk next to it. But Duncan was the guy. He showed he can win. Off of his coaching tree, Budenhauser had one dominant player in Giannis, and the rest of them was just good role players. Then if you start looking at the other teams who have won, it was a bunch of superstars, from Phil Jackson to Spo, Steve Kerr. You know what I mean? So since 2014, and I'll let you go. Since 2014, only 3 teams who only had one superstar has won. Spurs in 2014, Raptors in 2019, and the Bucks in 2021. After that, it's Cleveland, Warriors, Lakers to make up the rest of the championship. So
go ahead, bro.
No, that's it.
I think it's mainly on the players. Do I think coaching matters? Yes. I think coaching matters for role players.
Yes.
Seriously. I think the greatest players gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see great players on garbage teams, because they can't be garbage. They gonna always, even bad mentality players, aka Anthony, the dude for the Timberwolves. What's his name?
Anthony Edwards.
Stephen Wonder can see that dude is great, right?
Yeah.
He just got bad habits because he's around a bad team. But I think the coaching really matters for the other players to set up a system around your superstar, around your North Star, around your, the star at the top of the Christmas tree. Everybody else is supporting that star at the top. And a good coach builds a system around them to make them even better. Right? They cover up their weaknesses like a LeBron. LeBron is one of the greatest players ever. LeBron always looks great when it's him and a bunch of shooters. Then LeBron looks great. You know what I'm saying? If it's him and a bunch of slashers, it don't work, a.k.a. the Lakers right now. But if you got all shooters around him, he's great. He's a very good player. And good coaching will recognize that, like, yo, I got this guy, and I got to support him because he can average 30. They can't average 20. They average about 10 or 12. So how do I get the best out of them? But I think in another way, coaching can take a high-level average player and turn them into almost a star. Chris Middleton, right? Chris Middleton wasn't destined to be no all-star, but I believe some good coaching raised him to the level of all-star. And also playing with Giannis, who draws attention and draws people away from him, leaves him open to make shots and let him be creative, also helps him to be an all-star. Go ahead, bro.
Now, I'm with you with that. When you look at those Warriors teams in like Cleveland, it was Kyrie, Kevin, LeBron. You know what I mean? So it proves your point of having shooters around him. The Lakers, they were in the bubble, but it was superstars going on when they won their championship. So going back to Spo, he turned Duncan into a superstar. Duncan didn't start off that way. So that's great coaching. I always feel like that Coach Pop is a great coach. He's the best coach to ever do it. Yes, even over Phil Jackson, because he did it. And not only that, his tree, like the people that came from under him, even Steve Kerr. Look at the last few championships. They came from under this man's tutelage. So that goes to show you in one sense where coaching matters. But outside of that, Steve Kerr is a good coach. He's not a great coach. But when you got the best two shooters of all ever to shoot three-pointers, like you better win one. Word, like what else? What are you to do? You know what I'm saying? So
and let's be real about now. Listen, and I need my dad on here to talk about this, but let's be real about this. Steve Kerr is great because Mark Jackson made that team great. I'm just saying. Now Mark Jackson has been AKA bald, where he can't get no jobs, and because he had a little choice or whatever. But hey, Mark Jackson made them dudes. He put the batter in them dudes back. But I'm not hating Steve Kerr because listen, that works for one championship. That don't work for all the ones they won. So Steve Kerr, I give him props. But I say this, and I know Mr. G brought up the Lakers didn't win till Jackson got there. That's not true. They did win before. Till Phil Jackson got there. They did win before. Remember, the Magic Johnson, all them won, and Phil Jackson wasn't there. You feel what I'm saying? So they've been winning. Yeah, they've been winning. They've been the most winningest franchise next to Boston. I think they tied. I want to say Kerr.
They even now.
Kerr coached the Knicks, then call him. I want to see Kerr coach the Knicks, then call him a good coach. Exactly. Now, I will say this though, and we'll go a little bit long on this one. I think this is the last one. I will say this, though, when it comes to coaching, you can't be a great coach without good players. You can't be a great coach without – you got to have good players. Okay, Google Lakers before Phil Jackson, Mr. G, they have championships. They had championships.
Yeah, they got 17.
They had plenty of them. They got 17.
Both Boston and Lakers have 17.
Phil got 3.
3, that's it. Yeah.
Right, so they've been good.
Phil only got them 3. They were good beforehand. But I will say this about
Phil was a good coach, though. Very good coach.
No, Phil was good because he could get into the superstar's mind. He knew how to tame egos. You know what I mean? And he coached 3 of the biggest egos ever in NBA history, and Michael, Kobe, and Shaq. You dig what I'm saying? So, what did he say? Kobe
Van Exel Jones. You know what I meant.
And he threw the one word. That's hilarious right there, bro. Hey, as far as your Heat comment, I felt like that was the biggest letdown in Coach Spoelstra's career. You had a superstar team. There's no way in the world you shouldn't have went 3-peat. The Heat, and I'm a Heat fan.
Wasn't the Mavs the championship the first one they went to?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
That's why. First one they went to.
It was their first one, but you don't lose
if you would have said the loss to the Spurs, then I'd be like, yes, because a better coach got there. Spoelstra is very, very good. Pop is something else. Now, Spoelstra is something else, too, compared to the rest of these NBA coaches. But Pop is like the godfather out here.
Yeah,
and Pop had the talent still. He had the talent still.
He proved it. You know, when they won, they back-to-back, they played the Spurs, right? They won it the first time off of Ray Allen miracle shot. That's what got us back into it. Yep. And then the next year, the Spurs came back and was like, give me my ball back. And they won in 7.
Exactly.
Exactly
what it is.
Coach spoke. But that's an example, and we've been saying this, that's an example of getting out-coached. Right. You dig what I'm saying? They knew they weren't going to be able to run up and down with these boys. So you know what Pop did? We're going to play half-court basketball. We're going to make them work. And defense.
I wrap it up like this. Yes, coaching matters. But having players is more important because if only coaching matters, why ain't the Spurs at the top of the league right now?
Yeah.
That answers
true.
your question. Because you got to have the players. Now, when you got equal talent and 2 coaches, then the coach is going to play a difference. It ain't going to play a difference because it's how you deliver that talent and how you assimilate that talent. Then that matters. But right now, if you got trash, bunch of rookies, not saying all rookies are trash, they ain't learned it yet.
Right.
They ain't learned everything yet. You know what I'm saying? So
Look at Houston.
Look at Houston. A lot of good talent, but they ain't learned nothing yet. All right, man, let's get to the one word of the day. Here we go. Maybe. This one word. No. Of the day.
Well,
The one word of the day is, y'all would not believe this, I wear a hat for this team every show. Every time you see me on this show, I have this hat on. I have a board over there that my brother got me with the team on there. When Jock's shoes come out, I'm buying them. I love the team. And they are the one word of the day. And here's why they are the one word of the day. I mentioned it a little bit earlier. They talked all that stuff and wrote a check that they butt could not cash. And they got on Christmas Day. They talked about the West, not just Golden State. They talked about the whole West. Oh, Ja was on camera. Oh, man, I ain't worried about the West. I'm good in the West. I'm worried about the Celtics. Got to know better. I love my team. Rob knows that. I'm visibly upset when they lose, right? Don't talk to me. I'm upset. That's how much I like this team. You know what I'm saying? I visually, like when they play sorry teams, I don't watch it because I don't want to see them lose to a sorry team. That's how much a fan I am. You feel me? I keep up with all the stats. I also do another whole podcast about this team. And my only article I ever written on sports has been about this team here. And they are the one word of the day. And this is what I'm going to say. I got to get this out. Y'all give me a moment. Because Rob always say, man, you don't never talk about your team. Here you go. I'm going to talk about them. They need to grow up. They need to grow up. Seriously. My whole team, the oldest person on my team is Danny Green, who's not playing, which means his voice don't matter till you play. That's how it is in the NBA. When you injured, ain't nobody listening to you because you ain't playing, right? So Danny Green is the oldest person. The next oldest person is Steven Adams, which is what you call kind of he's a tough guy on the court, but he's not a vocal leader. The vocal leader is Ja Morant. He's a very good player. He's an OD talent player. He could jump out the gym. He's very, very good. But he has this thing that he's doing right now, and it's called smelling himself. He's smelling himself. And I know it's hard for somebody that's 23 years old not to be smelling himself. It's hard for somebody who's 23 years old to have billboards all across the city. It's hard for somebody that's 23, breath control, see, thank you. It's hard for somebody who's 23 years old to get a brand new shoe, to have all this fame and fortune and all this notoriety because he has elevated a team that's not known as a contender to be a contender and all that good stuff, right? He's done all that, and it's hard for him not to smell himself. But listen, dog, the Warriors, although they are a rival, so to speak, to my team, they really ain't a rival. Rivals meet in the playoffs. Now, we played them in the playoffs. It was a good series. If Ja wouldn't have got hurt, we might have won, might not. But when you get through with all that, they won the chip, my guy. You know what I'm saying? They won the chip. We didn't win the chip. We won a lot of games last year. So at the end of the day, you know, I hate what I made a soapbox where people get mad because I like for them to have fun. But at the end of the day, dog, you ain't won nothing. Shut up and play. And listen, I was okay with the Christmas Day loss. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. But how about last night we played the Phoenix Suns and got 26 put on us by a G League player? Yeah, I got a problem. You ain't all right in the West, bruh. You got to get yourself together. My team get it together. And one more thing. I say this at the end of this because I've been getting on Ja a whole lot because I love the whole Memphis Grizzlies, but I got to get on my guy Jaren Jackson Jr. You 7 feet tall. You had Chris Paul on you. Chris Paul is tall as me and Rob. A 7 foot tall man should not be able to have somebody tall as me and Rob defend them. Now, that's two-part thing. One, coach don't make them pass the ball. Two, you got to make them pass you the ball. You go up there and cut somebody out. Give me the bleeping ball. That's what big men do. Zebo used to do it. Kevin Garnett used to do it. Big man. Oh, they've been to whoop the point guard for that happen. You feel what I'm saying? So that's it for my. Go ahead, brother. And I'm not gonna smash the TV. This is my team, so I got this passion. And Rob always say I don't say nothing about them, and I will say something good when they get back good. But I am not above holding them accountable. They need to grow up. Go ahead, my guy.
Ditto.
And I know you watch them too, because you my friend, and you go see, man. Let me see what my bro team is doing. But hey, man, trash.
Shoot. Hey, Higgins, like you said, that's why UD is in there. What y'all need is a veteran. Y'all need a veteran who's gonna put y'all.
I fully agree.
Y'all need a vet who's gonna put y'all on this behind. And this is what I mean. Jimmy Butler tried it last year, and UD and Spo's like one word. Who you talking to?
Who you talking to? Exactly.
It didn't go down. It didn't go down. Y'all just need a vet, man. But okay, my man vented out. So have you?
You know what I'm saying? I ain't been doing my podcast in a minute, so hey, this is my spot.
Hey, man, look, man, we fam. Get it out, brother.
Let that hate out. Let that. This is a safe place. Let's see. Shaq said 1 year he wanted to average 30, then broke it down like 7 points a quarter. Feed me the ball. Yeah, man. Feed me. Look, if you're a big man, in general, you know what I'm saying? I was talking about my team at the one word of the day. In general, if you're a big man, right, coaches teach point guards, feed the big man. He'll play better defense. Let him get a score up. Give you a prime example. Remember the Detroit Pistons back in the day? They got to the championship against the Lakers. Not the one they won, but they got against the Lakers with Ben Wallace, and they had Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace. They had Big Shot Bob. Oh, no, Chauncey Billups. Had a very good balanced team. You know what I mean? And they fought with the Lakers or whatever. They eventually lost. They couldn't beat the Lakers. But here's the point. They had Ben Wallace, who was a defensive specialist. Larry Brown was their head coach. He was so smart to know. He said, listen, the first play of the game, y'all give the ball to Ben Wallace. He can shoot whatever he wants. I'm not saying a word. And they let him shoot it. He may make it. He may airball or whatever. I know it's all good, Ben. You know why? So he can feel involved. That's what's important. This goes for any team. It's not just my team. That's what you got to do with big men. If they don't feel like they're involved, they give up on defense. They start making lazy plays and all that. But, last word before we go to this, on my team, they should be embarrassed. That's it. I'm not watching the next game. Whether they win or lose, I don't care. I got to have peace in my life. So, with that, I give Rob anything to say, brother, before we get up out of here.
Brother, this is probably the best one word of the day I've ever seen. And not because it's your squad. That boy let loose.
and people would think, man, he don't hate the Grizzlies. No, I'm not hating the Grizzlies. Every time you see me on camera, I got this hat on. Every time you see me in the airport, I got this hat on. I had one dude one day when they was playing the Golden State Warriors, I had got a good haircut. And I was like, man, I ain't gonna wear the hat today. And dude, hey, bro, you wear that hat every day. Don't take it off now when they play. I said, nah, brother, it's 100% Memphis. I had a shirt on. Bro, you got me messed up. I had a shirt on that day. But he couldn't see I had the jacket on. But yeah, so no, I'm 100% Grizzlies, but no, I ain't gonna pull no punches. Play like trash. They should be embarrassed. And they playing the Raptors. And I will let you know how I go. Yeah, let me know, Mr. G. Probably gonna be an L. Even though, and I know the point guard ain't even playing. Van Fleet.
Van Vliet.
Yeah, Van Vliet. He ain't playing. Don't matter. They ain't never stopped to shoot. They just lost to the Suns without Booker, and they lost to the daggum Oklahoma City Thunder without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Giddey. Still lost.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad,
yeah, man.
bro.
But on a lighter note, have you?
Right. Never thought I really liked these guys are doing these podcasts. Like, can I help support them? I can be a blessing to them. You can be a blessing by hitting that like, subscribe, notification button. You dig what I'm saying? You also a blessing when it's going to pop up after my man get done.
You didn't ask me to. You got to say the magic word, brother.
Brother, I said hitting that like, subscribe, and notification button.
Hey, bro, I'm still in one word mode. Keep going, brother.
I felt that one, bro. Look, you can get the Cash App sign. We can do a GoFundMe for this man over here so he can get a pillow.
I almost spit out my water.
Or you can go to the Not the Same Podcast website /support, hoodies, you know, all that good stuff, man. Just support through him. Then when you comment on the side and you interact with us, that's supporting also. And we appreciate your prayers, man. Tell the folks about the Not the Same Podcast. We definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, man. With that being said, tomorrow night we'll be back with our Music and Faith show. Tune in as we will be breaking, giving some of our reactions to a couple of videos. You know what I'm saying? If you have not heard, we're starting to do that. You know, instead of just playing the video, we're going to talk about what we thought about it for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And if you watch the YouTube page, we got a whole playlist of reaction videos that's going to be going up. We already got 2, but there's 2 more coming tomorrow. So go ahead, bro.
Hey, this is our last sports show of the year. So for those who don't watch us on Thursdays, Happy New Year to you. Be safe out here.
Absolutely.
Hopefully your Christmas was good and all that good stuff. So
hopefully,
I forgot about all that. We got a lot to come in 2023. We gonna get bigger and better, man.
And after all the pleasantries, let us say this. Please come back tomorrow because it's going to be an interesting show. And it ain't got nothing to do with the Grizzlies.
Nothing. Hey, the soapbox the one word might change tomorrow. I might be the one on one tomorrow.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm C-Micah.
I'm Robert Dean.
We out.
The strength, so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we